Well, prepare yourself, film fans. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Chris Fagan, and I'm going to give you my review on Smile 2. So I just got out of the theater after seeing Smile 2. I was invited to a press screening of it, but I didn't get a chance to actually go out to it. I'm not gonna lie, I was on the fence because I was debating on how well it could be compared to the first one. I really enjoyed the first one that was directed by Parker Finn. And I was on the fence because I just was, maybe I was a little jaded after what happened with Joker Folie à Deux. These sequels aren't hitting the way they used to. But I am a huge fan of Naomi Scott and I want to root for her. So I decided, you know what? I miss the press screening and I'm going to go out on Friday and just go check it out. I went by myself. I was not prepared for this movie to be a 2 hour hitter. It was, I think, around 2 hours and 12 minutes long. I was 100% shocked at how this movie was hard hitting with some gruesome, bone chilling moments right from the beginning. Like I said, Naomi Scott did an outstanding job. I was looking forward to seeing her work. I missed her from Aladdin, and I enjoyed her work from Power Rangers reboot that they did. So it seems that Naomi Scott, maybe she has a little curse in Hollywood, starting in these franchises in the first installment of a franchise, a beloved franchise like Aladdin and Power Rangers. Doesn't seem to work out for it too well. It's like, where are these sequels, right? So we didn't get an Aladdin 2, we didn't get a Power Rangers 2, but we got Smile 2, where she wasn't introduced in the original one, but she's taken over the franchise. For those of you who saw Smile 1, was obvious reasons. Real quick, so like just like when the Rock took over the under, what was it, Planet Under the, what was that movie that started Brandon Fraser, then the Rock took over?
What is that?
That is the peck pop of love. Now go on and throw a berry.
No.
Go on and throw a berry. There's some right behind you. Grab one and throw it. Don't be afraid. They're not going to bite. Grab a berry. Boom.
Just like that, Naomi Scott picks up the ball, and I believe this is a hit. I feel like I got a visual or a example of what Naomi Scott is capable of. Her facial expressions, the way she delivered her sheer terror, the panic, it was breathtaking. Like I said, it was bone chilling. And that was heavy on the shoulders to Naomi's delivery in all these intense moments. So I think 90% of the horror wasn't just like the jump scares of things that were really happening around her. It was the way she was reacting to it. So that's that I loved. The star from the first one could not return, but hopefully this isn't a spoiler. There is a visual effect that I think she kind of did make a little bit of a cameo, if you know what I mean, with the hallucinations and whatnot. So from the original Smile movie, we didn't get anybody except for Kyle Gardner to return right off the bat. He was the, I believe, the ex boyfriend cop who witnessed. I like the fact that they did, within the first few minutes of the movie, kind of give a better explanation of how this smile curse works and what this smile, whether it's a demon, a ghost, or whatever, how it functions and what it's doing. Overall, I'm not a huge fan of horror films that have like monsters that just cannot be defeated. I like to see sometimes that I like the bad guy to win sometimes, but I also like to see the traditional beginning, middle, and end for a story where the hero is victorious. I was very squeamish on a lot of things, a lot of blood and guts going nuts. Something I like to say, and it really got to me. The pit of my stomach was turning. But the one thing that was kind of taking me out was, oh no, is this another situation where there is nothing you can do? There is no way to stop this thing. And it kind of felt like they were taking that route, especially towards the end, when it kind of felt a little bit of a ripoff of another horror movie that I did not like, which was called Truth or Dare, where they decide to take a beat off of another horror movie like The Ring. They figured out how the curse spreads, and then they just decide to just give it to other people in a way where it would be hard for it to get back to the original person, which is what happened in that Truth or Dare movie. But without going into any spoilers, it was a very similar situation that happened, and it kind of felt like a complete pull from that that ending. And that's all I'll say because, like I said, I don't want to do any spoilers. Now, I will say that one of the things that I really enjoyed about this movie is the fact that it had another dynamic that was happening behind the main story, the toll of fame or the pressures of fame, being a megastar, which Naomi Scott played. She played a woman who was mega famous. She was a singer, and it makes sense because she does have a singing background. And I gotta say, the things that I was surprised to enjoy was the fact that I went into a movie thinking that another R-rated movie that had a music element, and I didn't like the last one that I saw.
Entertainment. I don't want to sing anymore.
If you would have taken this whole horror story out of it, if this wasn't a smile movie, you were looking at a young lady who was about to prepare for her comeback or a comeback after a tragedy that folded her or hit her back in the day that she was bouncing back from. And I thought that was a good story behind the story because it was a lot of pressure that was going that was hitting her. Like the pressure of having like a parent be your manager, and it seems like your parent only cares about your career and the money, not really paying attention to what you're actually going through. Now you intertwine it with this smile curse, and now you feel totally alone. I wrote a song where I said one of my lyrics was, "I'm surrounded, but I'm all alone now." It's exactly how I felt about Naomi Scott's character. Everybody loved her. Everybody was rooting for her. All of her fans, the photo ops and things like that, and they adored her. But while she was going through this issue or this haunting situation, everybody just kind of played it off like, oh, that's just, her being her. We know that she has like a drink problem, addiction issues, and things like that. And it was like no one was really, she was in a bad situation where nobody really could listen to her. I'm glad that I went and saw it yesterday. I had a great time. I definitely go out and see it if you have a chance. If you love horror movies, don't skip out on this one. Don't sleep on this one. This one is a crushing hit. I love it. I hope you get too. But other than that, I think that I want to introduce a possibility of a new segment that I'm going to bring to a new segment that I might bring to the channel, which is something I'm working with the title, something called Extras Being Extra. So remember that scene that I was telling you about that was kind of reminding me of what happened in that Truth or Dare horror movie? Well, without, like I said, without spoiling, it dealt with a lot of people. There was a crowd. And in that moment, I always try to scan the screen because I'm always looking for an extra that is not doing what they are supposed to do or they're doing too much. And I spotted it. So when you watch this movie, you see what I'm talking, you'll see what I'm talking about towards the end. Look towards the bottom left. You'll see a guy who's not in step with everybody else. I bet the director's like, damn it, how did I miss that? There was an extra being a little too extra, if you know what I mean. So go check it out. You'll have a good time with it. Let me know what your thoughts are on my review of it. Did I talk you into it? Are you going to go see it? If you've already seen it already, share your thoughts on it. What did you like most about this franchise? I'd love to hear from you. I will respond. And as I always say, let's keep talking. This was Chris Fagan with T3 Media Studios. We're talking through the movies. Like and subscribe. And until next time, guys, peace.